Hi guys, so today is gonna be a different class, but I wouldn't say different. It's going to be with no student. Tomorrow we have our exam. Today is not going to be your exam, so you don't have to worry about that. Instead, I will give you some revision so you can start focusing on the grammar and start studying about that. Okay, just wait a minute. Okay, let me share my screen. Actually, is the last part of the book. It's at the very last part. It's about modal verbs. Well, remember that for our exam, it has to be Unit 7, Unit 8, Unit 9. Yeah, Unit 7, 8, and 9. The first unit is about auxiliary verbs. So depending on the context, modal auxiliary verbs. Depending on the context, uh, they are different. They mean differently. It could be possibilities, can, could, may, might, will, possibilities or probabilities. Um, Sometimes it's about obligations, like must, like have to, you'd better. Mhm. Need, like have, uh, like should, like need, yeah, about needs. And advices like ought to, should, would, future probability, will, shall, invitation. Sometimes there are permissions like let me, uh, you are allowed to, or I am allowed to, for parents, no? So depending on what you talk about, what you would like to talk about, for example, if we are talking to friends, we are chatting to friends, then it's going to be different, the context here. Mhm. Let's start with this. Yeah, the characteristics of of a modal verb is that you can't conjugate them. You can't add s interperson. Yeah, like the examples here. We cannot say he can swim or he can swims. No, it is like that. Yeah, there is no do or does in the questions. Like, may I ask you a question? Shall we go? Can I go? May I? Should I? Will you be at home, etc. There is no don't or doesn't. They always have to be negative. Shouldn't, won't, couldn't, can't, won't, wouldn't, mustn't, uh, ought not to, shall not. Mhm. They are followed by infinitive without the preposition. Now the it might to rain. Could you to help me? No. It might rain. Could you help me? We ought to. Mhm. So as I said, the modal verb, yes, so some of them are in past, like have to or must. Is like, I had to work hard when I was young. I'd love to be able to. Yeah. Can, the past of can also could be, I was able to ski, no? Or like this, I hate having to get up in the morning. Mhm. Or, well, the perfect infinitives are different, not in real situation in past. You should have told me, you might have drawn, she must have been, etc. Yeah. So here, if you go to your page 158, you have there the explanation of each one with will, with must and can, no? Must and can't. Yeah, he isn't that young, he must be. Yeah, this is like this is not an obligation. It is something that you are certain about. You must, he must be, or he can be. Yeah, he can have a 10-year-old daughter. She's only 25. No, should expresses uh, what may reasonably be expected to happen. Should has the idea if everything goes according to the plan. No, our girl should be here soon. There is the other alternative of modal verbs. No, and then you we have the idea that we want the action to happen. You should pass the exam. You've worked so hard. No, it is like a future and present, and some of them are in past. No, that is in the next page, 141. Close this. I don't know how to close this. Wait a minute, guys. Yeah, as you can see, if we go on, I will spend the hour talking about the auxiliary. So, as I said before, have a look at these explanations and examples, and in order to understand them better, you must check the example that you have there. Yeah. As I said, ability, advice, permission, obligation, future possibilities, willingness, refusal, like I refuse, I'll help, I won't, shall you give me a hand, and requests, can you, will you, would you, could I open the window, So those are the explanations, Yes, you can, well, have a look at them, read them carefully when you have time, yeah, in case that you have anything. And obviously, those are not the only ones. If you go to your book on page 72, you even have more, more possibilities. Like I didn't manage. If I were you, like suggestion, advices, I wouldn't do that. You are bound to. It's like synonym of will. You'll be able to. As I said, you can use can in future. So the other alternative is be able to. You'll be able to. Refuse to, allow to, it's always a good idea, you aren't permitted to. And those, as you can see, yes, you can add, because they are expressions, you can add prepositions over there. Well, the listening, we didn't check that part. The other part of unit 7 is get. This is like a very common and used verb, get. So depending on what you write, what you say after get, it has lots of definitions, and either formal or informal English, For example, one of the definitions can be begin, become, marry, pass, reach, return, listen to this, were reunited, having had a good relationship. Yeah. So all of those are the expressions: get back, get past, get together, get to, get started, get this. We haven't been getting on well, like having a good relationship. And then if we add prepositions, then they transform into phrasal verbs. Yeah, into phrasal verbs. And again, they have different meanings. Yeah. I think you had some homework about that on the workbook. Yeah, for example, get out. Either like, for example, I'm in a hurry, get out of the way, get out of here, get out of my face. That means that, yeah, don't be here. Get out of doing this washing up, that escape, in a way, escape, get out. There'll be a huge scandal. That means come out. Number 2, you're always getting at me. Yeah, you're always behind me. You're always following me. What are you getting at? Just say what you mean. That means that you are repeating things. I don't understand you. You are just saying the opposites. Then I don't understand. What are you getting at? What do you mean? What do you mean? Yeah. I can't get at the sugar. That means reach. Yeah. Then we have get over, recover, get over an operation, get over of your ex. your ex-love. What are you getting at? Sorry, he couldn't get his point over the audience. That means that no one understood. Yeah. I can't get over how much you, that means that, wow, it's like surprise. I can't get over, I can't recognize. Yeah. Got up, that means that we finish until, we go up until page 56. No, that man is getting up, not too good. He's getting up, that means he's doing something either good or either bad. Yeah, either good or either bad. I had to get up at 5 a.m. sorry, to catch the plane. That means literally get up. No, I couldn't get through. That means that I couldn't connect, or we were having issues with the phone connection or the internet connection getting through. I couldn't get contact. I felt both got through his driving test first time. That means passed. Get through, passed. She can always get around her dad. That means manipulate, get around her dad. I haven't got round to answer you mean that means that you haven't had the time to sit and email and to reply. Yeah, I haven't got round. I can see how we get round answering your email to this problem. It's really difficult. Get round. Solve. The last one means solve. So that was it for Unit 7. Unit 8 is about relative pronouns. Remember, there are relative pronouns like who, which, where, what, and when, and whose. Yeah. Who refers to people, which refers to objects, sometimes actions, sometimes situations. Yeah, it is very popular. Then we have my older sister who sometimes defining and non-defining, no, with commas and no commas. Those are when we want to emphasize or give extra information. The ones which don't have commas are non-defining. Yeah, if I am really sure, yeah, non-defining. Yeah, non-definings are with commas and definings are without commas. Yeah. And what else? So whose, it refers to possession. Yeah. When, it refers to time. Where refers to places. Remember, all of those, we use them to join two sentences or join two ideas in order not to repeat again or in order to replace that. Yeah. On the other hand, we have, if you don't want to use relative pronouns, you can make a sentence shorter. And with that, we use verbs. Verbs with past participle or present participle. No, the more the woman standing next to him is his wife. That means the more woman who is standing or who was standing. Instead of saying who was, only we say standing, the present participle of a verb, or the past participle of a verb. For example, most houses built in the 16th century are listed buildings. That means most houses which were built should be the long one. So that is about the economy of words, identifying this. Just remember this topic. It's on page 160. Yeah, you have there the introduction of relative pronouns and examples. She likes people who are good fun to be with him. My favorite building is Durham Cathedral, which took over 200 years. Certain places, even if you like identify as a place, but it's an object, actually. Cathedral, house, which, instead of saying where. Yeah? Where, remember, it's place, but specifically location. Yeah? Where I live is beautiful. Huh? Defining, yeah, you have there without commas. That means that you need all the information that you are mentioning or you are saying is important. I met a man who works in advertisement. So if I remove who, then it doesn't make sense. I met a man works in advertising. It's missing something. Yeah? It's the same. You can use which, where, whose, etc. Without commas. Yeah, without commas. Sometimes you can omit the relative pronouns. Yeah, for example, that's the funniest film that was ever made. All that's, well, that's with that, sorry. Did you like the present I gave you, which I gave you, or that I gave you? You can omit that. Who was that man who you were talking to? You can omit, well, or you can put it at the beginning. Who was that man you were talking to? The thing that I like, you can omit that. The thing I like about Dave is his sense of humor. All right, then, well, we have the non-defining, especially when it is written, because when in spoken English you can't make the difference. Yeah, it's a little bit complicated to make the difference, especially here is when written you make the difference, no? Rob Jennings, who was written several books, is a music expert. His last book, which was on Mozart, was a great success. Relative pronoun as an object. Rob Jennings, who I knew at the university, comma, is a music expert. His last book, which I love, was on Mozart. Commas. They need comma all the time. Okay, then you have more examples of the participle, present participle, and past participle. The car stolen in the night was found abandoned. Yeah, opening his case, he took out a gun. And there is another explanation here. Participle can be used as adverbs. They can describe two actions happening at the same time. She sat by the fire reading a book. Yeah. Opening his case, he took a gun. If it's important to show that first action is completed before the second action begins, we use present perfect participle. Having finished lunch, we set off our journey. Having had a shower, she got dressed. Yeah. Two actions that happen, one because of another. Being mean, he never bought any Christmas present. Not knowing what to do, I waited patiently. Many verbs are followed by ing in form. No? For example, I spent the holiday reading. Don't waste time thinking. He keeps on asking me, depending on the previous verb. And finally, unit 9, guys, which is present habit, expressing habit, sorry, either in present simple, either in present continuous, in past, yeah. With present simple is the normal present with adverbs, no? Hardly, frequently, usually, seldom, normally, sometimes, occasionally is the normal present simple. Yeah, what you have been learning for years. Then the present continuous sometimes express a habit which happens more often than usually. Yeah, I like Peter. He's always smiling. No, sometimes it can be in positive or negative way, depending on you, depending on the sentence that you are mentioning. I'm always losing my keys. I'm always hitting my things because I am a little bit of clumsy. Then we have will and would. Yeah, will and would express typical behavior. They describe both pleasant and unpleasant habits, right? He'll sit at his computer for hours. She would spend all day long gossiping about her neighbors. No? The most typical is used to in past. Is like in Spanish, solía ser, something that you did for a long time, but just suddenly stop and you don't do it now in the present. Now, when I was a child, we used to go on holiday to Acapulco and I hated it. Now I don't go to Acapulco. It's not my city. I just hate it. Yeah. Mhm. And remember, if you're adding auxiliary like did or didn't, use you omit the. Yeah, you omit the. Um, Then we have be and get used to. I have explained lots of time. No, if I am saying be used to, is like something that is really common for us. No, we're used to seeing the teacher in front of our computer because we don't see face to face. We are used to seeing. After be used to or get used to, the verb must be in ing form all the time. That means I am accustomed to. Another way to say I am accustomed to. Yeah. If you say get used to, it means that you are learning or you are adapting. Yeah, you are adapting. For example, I am getting used to the weather here in Jojutla. It's really, really hot. Yeah. I'm getting used to my new dog because normally we don't have dogs at home. I am getting used to it. In this case, you can use be used to or get used to with all tenses: present simple, past perfect, present perfect. Yeah, as long as you know the meaning. Be used to, I am accustomed to. Get used to, that means that I am adapting. Huh? Okay, very good. Then, well, we didn't have to finish in it now, but we did the reading. So I would say that's it for today. No, I could give you. Well, actually, I don't have it the audios for this page because on YouTube there is not. But it's about homonyms and homophones. No? Similar words with similar pronunciation or the same pronunciation but different words, right? So thank you very much, guys. Please do watch this video because it's really important for the revision, for the review before the exam. Tomorrow we have an exam, remember. Bye. Have a lovely afternoon.